Welcome back to the Crowned in Confidence podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that's been challenging me personally over the past few weeks. And if I'm being honest, maybe my whole life, which is the power of our words. Not just the words that we speak to other people, but the words we speak to ourselves. Have you ever caught yourself saying things like, oh, I'm so awkward, I'm so weird, or I'm always behind? Or I'm not disciplined, I have no willpower, I'm just not motivated, or she's better than me, she's prettier than me, she's skinnier than me, or I'm never going to get there, I'm going to let others down. We often dismiss those comments because they're just thoughts, right? And we say them so often that they just kind of roll off our tongues and we don't think twice about it. But what if they're shaping more than we realize? Scripture tells us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. That's in Proverbs 18:21. That verse doesn't only apply to the words we speak out loud. I think it should make us pay attention to the words we're rehearsing in our minds, because eventually what you think becomes what you believe, and what you believe affects how you act and how you live. I see this often coaching pageant contestants. The beautiful women who step on stage with the most peace aren't necessarily the ones who have like the best killer walk or the best interview answer or the most dazzling gown or the leanest physique. If you're one of my past clients listening to this, do not overthink this. I'm just trying to say that these queens have learned not to agree with every thought that enters their mind. Recently, I was coaching a client who was in those final weeks before pageant week. I love that she reached out saying that she knew from past experience that she just needed this spiritual support, this last leg of pageant prep going into the pageant week. And externally, everything was coming together. But as the pageant drew near, naturally, the fears, doubts, the nerves were getting louder. They were creeping in. And instead of trying to silence those thoughts, we did something different. We examined them. We asked. I had her journal, and she was an awesome, she did everything that I recommended. And so she journaled and she wrote down her fears. And we asked, is this true? Does this agree with what God says about you? And if the answer was no, she replaced the lie with the truth. And it's not because pretending everything's okay changes reality, but it's because that agreeing with God's truth changes us. So instead of speaking out fear, she chose to remember that God's timing is perfect. God created her with a purpose that no one else can fulfill. His grace is sufficient for her. So, Queen, every day you have a choice. Every single day you have a choice. You can agree with the fear that pops up in your mind, or you can agree with truth. One road leads to anxiety, the other leads to peace. So this week, I want to challenge you to notice your words. Notice what you say about yourself, about your body, about your calling, and even about other people. And then ask yourself, are these words bringing life, or are they tearing me down? Or are they weighing me down? Because your words are powerful. So may the words you speak both out loud and in your heart reflect the truth of the one who created you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if this episode encouraged you, I'd love for you to share it with another queen who might need this reminder. And until next time, stay crowned in confidence. This is Crowned in Confidence. Keep your eyes on Jesus, walk in purpose, and never forget, you were made for such a time as this.